everyone, welcome to So You Think You Know About Football on your number one online television channel, CTV. This is a football-based competition or quiz, rather, where we get to test your footballing knowledge. Now, the way this quiz works is we're going to be asking you 8 questions in 5 segments, and if you get to answer these questions correctly, we get to reward you for your footballing brilliance. My name is Wisdom Chingoba. You can call me the Principal Fin. I'm going to be your host and I'm going to be driving you through this quiz competition. Guys, this program is sponsored by the Adama Sunle Foundation. I've got my correspondent with me, Mr. Alonia, who is out on the street of Lagos, and he's got some contestants ready, to give us or to participate in today's quiz. So let me just give you a brief explanation of how this quiz competition works. So like I said earlier, we'll be asking you 8 questions in 5 categories. We have the preliminary round, where we get to ask you 3 questions. If you answer 2 out of those 3 correctly, you get to move over to the next round, which is the second round. Now, in the second round, we'll ask you 2 questions. If you get to answer 1 out of the 2 correctly, you move over to the quarterfinal. Now, from the quarterfinal to the semi-final and the final, you have just 3 questions, 1 for each segment, and wherever you get to miss a question, that would signify the end of the road for you. Okay, so this is a very interesting quiz competition that you don't want to miss. So let's go on this break, and once we come back, we'll be switching over to our correspondent to get this quiz started. Alright, once again, welcome back to So You Think You Know About Football on your number one online television channel, CTV. I remain your host, the Principal Fin, Wisdom Chingoba. Well, if you listen well, you can hear the noise in the background. That is coming from our correspondent, Mr. Michael Leonard, who is out there in the street of Lagos with our contestants ready to participate in today's quiz. So we'll be switching over to Mr. Michael right now. Hello, Mr. Michael. Good afternoon. How are you doing over there?
I'm fine, Mr. Wisdom. How's everything over there too?
Oh, brilliant. Going absolutely incredibly well. How is the weather? How is the environment? I can see you've got some young men standing behind you.
Those are my contestants, and they are fully ready for the quiz competition. And matter of fact, that the weather is cool and the bounce raining, and I think everything is going to move appropriately. Cool,
All right. Okay, so let us have our first contestant of the quiz today.
Okay.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
All right. Okay, so how you doing? What's your name?
My name is Akinsoya Adeyemi.
I didn't get that, please. Akinsoya Adeyemi? Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, Akinsoya Adeyemi. All right. Okay. So you think you know enough about football? Do you think you have enough footballing knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Well, I can see you on the jersey there. You look like a footballer.
Yes, sir.
So I'm expecting you to give it a good go. All right. So let me explain to you how this competition works, or the quiz works. So I'm going to be asking you 8 questions. Okay. Now, out of those 8 questions, it's split into 5 categories. Okay. So we have the preliminary stage, where I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Now, out of those 3 questions, if you get to answer 2 correctly, you go over to the next round, where you get to answer 2 questions. And now, those 2 questions, if you answer 1 correctly, you move over to the quarterfinal. Now, from the quarterfinal to the final, if you miss 1, that will signify the end of the road for you. Okay? All right. So, but if you manage to make it all the way to the final, we've got a consolation prize of 5 GB data for you. Okay? Are you set now? Are you set?
Yes,
Okay. All right. So now we'll be going over to our first question for Akinsoya Adeyemi. So, question number 1. Are you ready? Hello. Well, apologies. We seem to be having a bit of connection issue, but I think our contestant, the young contestant, it looks like though Akinsoya Adeyemi is ready. But guys, we are going to go on a break, and once we come back from this break, we'll be continuing the football quiz. Alright, once again, welcome back to So You Think You Know About Football. This is CTV, and you know, guys, before we went on the break and we had a contestant who was with us, and we are back to get this quiz up and running. So, Adeyemi, are you ready? Question number 1. Okay, so question number 1 is who is the Premier League's all-time top scorer? Who is the Premier League all-time top scorer? So you have 5 seconds to answer each question. Let me mention it now. So for each question, you have just 5 seconds to answer each question. So I'm going to be giving you options. Okay, I'll give you options, but you have 5 seconds to answer each question. Okay, so your question number 1 is who is the Premier League's all-time top scorer? A. Alan Shearer. B. Wayne Rooney. C. Thierry Henry, and D. Jamie Vardy. A is Alan Shearer. Are you sure? Hello? Well, we seem to be having a bit of a connection issue. Well, the weather seems to be doing its own part on this, but our contestant seems to be pretty confident going straight, even not letting me finish asking the question. All right, okay, I think we've gotten our connection back. So, Adeyemi, you chose A. Oh, the gremlins are really doing their thing. This is what sometimes you get to experience when doing, live correspondence like this. It is what it is. It's fun at the same time. Okay, Adeyemi, A. Okay. Well, without further ado, yes, you are correct. Alan Shearer is the Premier League's all-time top scorer. So, congratulations for getting question 1 correctly. Well, apologies for the network issues, guys. We're going to go on another break, and once we get back, we'll be moving on with the quiz. All right, welcome back. You are still locked on to So You Think You Know About Football right here on CTV, and we've got our number 1 contestant who's with us. His name is Akinsoya Adeyemi. He's gotten question 1 correctly, so we'll be moving over to question 2. Adeyemi, for question 2, don't forget you have 5 seconds to answer each question. Which team has won the most Premier League titles? Which team has won the most Premier League titles? A. Manchester United, B. Liverpool, C. Arsenal, and D. Chelsea.
Manchester United.
A. Manchester United. Are you sure? Final answer. Alright, you are correct, Adeyemi. Congratulations for answering question 2 correctly. Okay, now moving over to question 3. So question 3 says, which country has won the most World Cup titles? Which country has won the most World Cup titles? A. Brazil, B. Germany, C. Italy, D. Argentina.
A. Brazil.
A. Brazil. Final answer.
Yes.
Alright, you are absolutely correct, Adeyemi. Wow, you seem to be pretty confident and very sure of your answers. Well, congratulations for scaling over to the second round. And we're just going to continue in that same energy. Well, it might get a little bit bumpy here for you. Let's see if your footballing knowledge can withstand all these questions and, make it all to the final. So, for your next question. All right. Which team, or which country rather, won the 2021 AFCON tournament? Which country won the 2021 AFCON tournament? A. Algeria, B. Senegal, C. Nigeria, D. Egypt. Hello? Adeyemi, can you hear me? Hello, Adeyemi? Are you with me? Well, the connection still trying to be re-established. So far I think Adeyemi is doing a pretty good job showing us how confident he's giving us the answers even before I'm done with the question. All right, we're going to go on another break, and when we come back, we'll be continuing with the football quiz. right, once again, you are welcome back to So You Think You Know About Football on your number one online television channel, CTV. I remain your host, Wisdom Tumuba, and we've got our contestant, Akinsoye Adeyemi, who's made it through the preliminary round over to the second round. Adeyemi, how are you feeling? You're feeling confident, right? You think you can make it all the way to the final?
Yes.
Okay, so let us go over now. This is for the second round. So your question is, who scored the winning goal in the 2021 AFCON final? Who scored the winning goal in the 2021 AFCON final? Don't forget you have 5 seconds to answer each question. A. Sadio Mane. B. Mohamed Salah. C. Riyad Mahrez. And D. Kelechi Iheanacho.
A. Sadio Mane.
A. Sadio Mane. Are you sure? Your final answer?
Yes, A. Sadio Mane.
Alright, you are absolutely correct, Adeyemi. You seem to be confident and your movement and dancing there. You're pretty confident. Alright, we're going to go over to the next one. Which country won the Euro 2020 tournament? Which country won the Euro 2020 tournament? A. England. B. Italy. C. France. D. Spain.
B. Italy.
B. Italy. Alright, you are absolutely correct. Congratulations, Adeyemi, for making it to the quarterfinal of So You Think You Know About Football. Now, let me make it clear to you that if you get to miss one question from this stage, that will signify the end of the road for you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So now, okay, now your quarter-final question. Your quarter-final question. Who is the only manager to win the Premier League with 3 different teams? Who is the only manager to win the Premier League with 3 different teams? A. Sir Alex Ferguson. B. Jose Mourinho. C. Pep Guardiola. D. None of the above.
None of the above.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, this boy seems to be pretty confident. You are absolutely correct, Adeyemi. You've made it through to the semi-final of So You Think You Know About Football. This is getting interesting. Okay, your next question, the semi-final. Which team has won the most MPFL titles? Which team has won the most MPFL titles? Can you hear me? Which team has won the most MPFL titles? A. Eyimba. B. Rangers International. C. Shooting Stars. And D. Kano Pillars. Eyimba, you sure? Your 5 seconds just elapsed, but are you sure? Is that your final answer? Your 5 seconds is over, but we need to confirm. Is that your final answer, Adeyemi?
No.
You're changing your mind. Okay, what is your correct answer? Your 5 seconds is over, but I'm just giving you the grace.
Kano Pillars.
Kano Pillars, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, well, Adeyemi, this is where your journey ends because you are wrong. You chose the correct answer earlier, but your confidence decided to let you down and you switched. Eyimba is the correct answer. I'm so sorry, Adeyemi. Congratulations, you made it though to the semi-final. You did well. You gave up. You really performed well. But I'm sorry. This is where the journey ends for you. It's been a pleasure doing this with you.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Michael. Hello, Mr. Michael. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. So how would you rate the performance of our first contestants? You did really well getting to the semi-final.
Yes, appropriately.
All right. So we are going to go on a break. Once we get back from the break, we'll be going over to our second contestant, and hopefully, before the end of today's show, we get to have a winner. We get to have someone who would walk away with the prize of 5 gigabyte of data. Don't forget, guys, this show is sponsored by the Adama Suley Foundation, and I'm your host, the one and only Principal Finn, Wisdom Chimuba. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a bit. Alright, you are welcome back once again. This is So You Think You Know About Football on your number one online television channel, CTV. Yes, I remain your host, Wisdom Chimuba. You can call me the Principal Finn, and it's been interesting so far how the show has been going. We've had just one contestant in the person rather of Akinsoya Adeyemi, who managed to make it through to the semi-final, but that was where his journey ended. Now we'll be moving back to our correspondent talking about Mr. Michael Leonard, and we get to hear from our second contestant, and hopefully he gets to make it to the final this time. Mr. Michael, are you ready for me?
Yes, I'm ready for you, Mr. Wisdom.
All right, can we have our second contestant, please?
Okay, second contestant standing by.
All right. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please, can you tell me your name?
My name is Edward Destiny from the Factor FC.
Edward Etim.
Edward Destiny from the Factor FC.
Okay, Edward Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Destiny. Let's see if your destiny is to make it to the final today and get the prize of 5 gigabyte of data. Are you confident? Do you think you can make it beyond the semi-final like Adeyemi?
I'm sure.
All right, okay. Then if you're ready, I'm ready. So we're going straight into it. So let me explain to you once again how the quiz works. I'm going to be asking you 8 questions, and then in that 8 questions, it's splitted into 5 categories. We have the preliminary round, where I'm going to be asking you 3 questions. So if you get to answer 2 out of those 3 questions, you move over to the next round, which is the second round. Now, in the second round, you have 2 questions there. If you get to answer 1 correctly, you move over to the next round, which is the quarterfinal. Now, from the quarterfinal to the final, if you miss one of the questions, that will be the end of the road for you, okay? All right, now, don't forget, you have just 5 seconds to answer each question. Once it's beyond 5 seconds, you might just have to call it quits for you, okay? All right, so if you're ready, I am ready. So, question 1, Destiny. Which team won the Serie A title in the 2021-2022 season? Which team won the Serie A title in the 2021-2022 season? A. AC Milan. B. Inter Milan. C. Juventus. D. Napoli.
Juventus.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Juventus, your final answer, Destiny. Your 5 seconds is up. And you are wrong, Destiny. You are wrong. The correct answer is AC Milan. Well, this is not. I can see the smile on your face. This wasn't the way you hoped to start, but It's all good. You have two more trials or two more chances. To know if you move over to the next stage. Now we'll be going to question 2, Destiny. All right. So for question 2, this is very interesting. Let me see if you'll be able to scale through. All right. So which team finished as runners up in Euro 2020? Which team finished as runners up in Euro 2020? A. England, B. Spain, C. Germany, D. Belgium.
Spain.
Spain, your final answer. Your 5 seconds is up. Spain, are you sure, Destiny?
Yes.
You're sure your Destiny is telling you that it's Spain?
Right, yes.
Okay, Destiny. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are wrong, Destiny. You are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. The correct answer is England. England were runners up of Euro 2020. Yes, England hosted Euro 2020 at Wembley, where Italy defeated them via penalties. Yes, so I'm sorry, Destiny. This is where the road ends for you. Thank you very much for participating. Okay, so Mr. Mike, well, I think our second contestant didn't really live up to the expectations. What do you think? Hello, Mr. Mike, are you with me?
Hello, I'm hearing you.
Okay, so in a bit we'll be going back to our third contestant. Our second contestant didn't really live up to expectations. What do you think about that?
It's not everybody that have a long-term memory. Some people have a long-term memory and a short-term memory, but I think we should give him more time next time.
All right, so let's go on a break, Mr. Mike. Once we go on this break, as soon as we get back, please have our third contestant standing by, and we'll be going straight to our third contestant to move on in the football quiz.
Okay, I'm standing by.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, welcome back. This is So You Think You Know About Football. Now, guys, we've had 2 contestants so far, and because of our time, we are going to be hurrying things up a little bit. So I'll be moving over to our third contestant. Hello there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name, please?
Ade Andola.
Please, I didn't get that.
Ade Andola Olua.
Adeyi.
Adeoye.
Adeoye. Oh, Adeoye Anjola. All right. Adeoye, you are not looking pretty confident. What's the problem? What's the problem?
No, nothing.
You sure? Okay, all right. You think you can make it to the final? Do you think you can, win our prize today?
I can try, yes.
You can try. Okay, I love that spirit. I can try. Okay, so let me explain to you how this quiz works. I'm going to be asking you 8 questions. Okay, so those 8 questions are split into 5 categories. We have the preliminary round where I'm going to ask you 3 questions. So if you answer 2 out of the 3 correctly, you go over to the next round, which is the second round. Now in the second round, we have 2 questions there. If you get to answer 1 correctly, you move over to the quarterfinal. Now from quarterfinal to semi-final, it's just 1 question for each segment. But if you get to miss any of those questions, that will be the end of the road for you, okay? And you have just 5 seconds to answer each question. So are you ready?
Yes.
If you are ready, I am ready. So question number 1 for you. Question number 1 for you, Adeoye. All right. Who is the most successful Premier League manager in history? Who is the most successful manager, rather, in Premier League history? Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So, who is the most successful manager in the Premier League history? A. Sir Alex Ferguson, B. Pep Guardiola, C. Jose Mourinho, and D. Arsene Wenger.
B. Pep Guardiola.
B. Pep Guardiola. You sure that is your final answer?
Yes.
Your 5 seconds are up. Adeoye, you are not starting on a very wonderful note because that is wrong. The answer is A. Alex Ferguson. So we'll be moving over to question 2, and where we hope that you get to answer this question correctly. So, which player? Question 2. Which player has won the most World Cup medals? Which player has won the most World Cup medals? A. Lionel Messi, B. Cristiano Ronaldo, C. Pele, D. Lothar Matthäus.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi, are you sure? Let me just give you a bit of grace, an extra 5 seconds. Do you get the question? Which player has won the most World Cup medals? Which player has won the most? A. Messi, Lionel Messi, B. Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, C. Pele, and D. Lothar Matthäus. You've got 5 seconds. C. Pele, you're sure?
Pele.
Well, okay. Just to give you a bit of grace there, Pele is the correct answer. Pele is the correct answer, Adeoye. We'll be moving over now to question 3. Now, let me just tell you, you've missed one. If you miss this will be the end of the road for you. Okay? But if you get it correctly, you'll be moving over to the next round. Alright? Okay. Now, who is the Champions League all-time top scorer? That is question 3. Who is the Champions League all-time top scorer? A. Cristiano Ronaldo, B. Lionel Messi, C. Robert Lewandowski, D. Karim Benzema.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Your final answer?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, you are absolutely correct, Adeoye. Congratulations to you. You are correct. So you managed to get 2 out of the 3 questions in the preliminary round, which means that you will be moving over to the second round. Okay, so Adeoye, stay with me. Now, this second round, if you get to answer just one correctly, you scale through. But if you miss the 2, that would mean the end of the road for you, okay? So now your next question. Which manager has won the most Champions League titles? Which manager has won the most Champions League titles? A. Carlo Ancelotti, B. Pep Guardiola, C. Jose Mourinho, and D. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane, your final answer?
Yes.
You are wrong, Adeoye. The answer is A. Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti has won the most Champions League titles. Okay, now this is the one that we get to determine if you move it to the quarter final or not. So if you miss this, that is the end of the road for you. Okay, Adeoye, are you with me? Are you with me? You need to answer this one to move over to the next round, okay?
Okay.
All right. Your final question. Which country hosted the 2021 AFCON tournament? Which country hosted the 2021 AFCON tournament? A. Cameroon, B. Egypt, C. Morocco, and D. South Africa. Adeoye, are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Do you get the question?
Yes.
Your 5 seconds is counting. Morocco, your final answer?
Yes.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Adeoye, but you are wrong, Adeoye. The answer is A, Cameroon. Cameroon hosted the 2021 AFCON tournament where Senegal were victorious. Well, Adeoye, it's been a pleasure having you on today's quiz. This is the end of the road for you. I'm sorry you are unable to make it to the quarterfinal. Thank you very much for participating. Let's switch back to Mr. Mike. All right,
Hello.
Mr. Michael. Can we have our fourth contestant, please?
What is that?
Can we have our fourth contestant?
Okay. The next contestant, Abi.
Yes, Mr. Michael.
Hello?
Are you with me, Mr. Michael? Can you hear me? Well, the connection seemed to be having a bit of an issue, but so far so good, guys. Do well to tell me on the live stream. You can drop your comments and tell me what you think about the performances of our contestants so far. Apart from our first contestant talking about Adeyemi, who made it all the way to the semi-final, the other contestant haven't been able to make it even to the quarter-final. So so far so good. Adeyemi, is the one that has been the standout performer. And what do you think about the questions so far? Do you think you know the answers to some of these questions without using any search engine? Do you think you know the answers to some of these questions? Do well to drop your comments on the live stream as well. We are going to go for one final break, and once we come back, we'll be concluding with our final two contestants to call it a wrap on today's football quiz. Don't go anywhere. You're still listening to So You Think You Know About Football on your number one online channel, CTV, and I'm your host, the one and only Principal Finn, Wisdom Shinguba. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Hello, and you are welcome back once again, guys. This is So You Think You Know About Football on your number one online television channel, CTV. Yes, you've been listening to So You Think You Know About Football, and you're still listening to the same show. Yes, we've had our contestants participate so far, 3 contestants to be precise, and they've really given it a good go, but just one person has been the standout performer. That's talking about Akinsoya Adeyemi. Yes, I've got my correspondent, Mr. Michael Lonard, who is out there on the street of Lagos, getting our fourth contestant ready. So I'll be switching over to him straight away. So, Mr. Michael, are you ready for me with the fourth contestant? Hello, yes, Mr. Michael. The fourth contestant, is he ready?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yeah. No, you come. That boy, come. Let me filter the fourth contestant to be ready.
Hello, Mr. Michael.
Hold on, please, for a moment. Yes, I'm with you.
The fourth contestant.
The first contestant is standing by.
All right, let's switch. Let's have our fourth contestant, not the first. Not Adeyemi. Adeyemi has participated. He's going to find out at the end of the show if he's going to get a prize. But for now, let's have the fourth contestant.
Okay.
All right.
He's standing by.
Okay. Can we know you, please? Your name?
Yes, I'm Jegede Joseph.
Jegede Joseph. What an interesting name. JJ.
Yes, ma.
All right. Joseph, do you think you can make it through to the final?
Yes, by God's grace, ma.
Oh, by God's grace. Just to correct you there, it's not a ma, please. It's a sir.
Okay, ma.
Okay. Oh my goodness, you seem to be enjoying or you seem to be used to ma, but we're gonna move on. So Joseph, let me explain to you how this quiz works. Okay, so we have 8 questions. We have 8 questions, and these 8 questions are split into 5 categories. We have the preliminary round, where I'm going to be asking you 3 questions. If you get to answer 2 out of those 3 correctly, you move over to the next round, which is called the second round. Now, in the second round, if you get to answer 1 correctly, you move over to the quarterfinal. Now, you have the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final that has just a question each. Now, if you miss one of those questions, that would be the end of the journey for you, okay? Are you with me, Joseph?
Yes, ma. I'm with you, ma.
Okay. So you have 5 seconds to answer each question. Okay, Joseph seems to be used to the ma word, but we're going to move on, guys. We are going to move on, and let's hope it makes it through to the final. So Joseph, question number 1 for you: who is the current captain of the England national team? Who is the current captain of the England national team? A. Harry Kane, B. Raheem Sterling, C. John Stones, and D. Jordan Henderson.
Harry Kane, ma. Harry Kane, ma.
Harry Kane, your final answer?
Harry Kane. Yes.
Okay, Harry Kane is correct, Joseph. You have started on a very good note. You have started on a very good note. Congratulations. So moving over to question 2. Moving over to question 2 now for you. Are you ready?
Yes, ma.
Who is the current captain of the Super Eagles? Who is the current captain of the Super Eagles? A. Ahmed Musa, B. William Troost-Ekong, C. Wilfred Ndidi, and D. Odion Igalo.
William Troost-Ekong, ma.
William Troost-Ekong, your final answer?
Yes, ma.
Okay, you are absolutely correct, Joseph. Congratulations for getting your question correctly. Now we'll be moving over to your 3rd question. If you get to answer this correctly, you'll be moving over. Well, right now, as things stand, you've qualified to the 2nd round, but we are just going to ask you your 3rd question, okay? Are you with me?
Yes, ma. I'm with you, ma.
Okay, so which team has the longest unbeaten run at home in the Premier League? Which team has the longest unbeaten run at home in the Premier League? A. Manchester United, B. Liverpool. Hello, Joseph, are you with me?
Yes, ma. I'm with you, ma.
So A. Manchester United, B. Liverpool, C. Arsenal, and D. Chelsea. Your 5 seconds is counting. You said?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Your final answer.
Arsenal. Yes. Yes, ma.
All right, you are absolutely correct, Joseph. You are correct. Well, that is very impressive. You're following the footsteps of Adeyemi, who got all three questions in the preliminary round. Now we're going over to the second round. Okay, so you just need to answer one correctly for you to make it through to the quarter final. Okay. Which team has won the most FA Cups? Which team has won the most FA Cups? A. Arsenal, B. Manchester United, C. Liverpool, D. Chelsea.
Arsenal.
A. Arsenal, your final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
You are correct, Joseph. You are correct. You seem to be pretty confident. You're just giving me the answers straight, back to back. All right, I love that energy. The next question for you. Your next question. Which team has the longest winless run in the Premier League? Which team has the longest winless run? Can you hear me? Which team has the longest winless run in the Premier League? Okay? A. Manchester City, B. Liverpool, C. Arsenal, D. Sunderland.
Sunderland.
You said?
Sunderland.
Sunderland. That is absolutely correct, Joseph. Wow, impressive. You're killing and smashing all of these questions. Well, congratulations to you. You've made it through to the quarterfinal, Joseph. That is very impressive. I love the energy. Well, we hope you match up this energy all the way to the final. So the quarterfinal now, at this stage, Joseph, if you miss any of the question, that will be the end of the road for you, okay? And don't forget, you have 5 seconds to answer each question. Okay. Who is the all-time leading scorer for Leicester City in the Premier League? Who is Leicester City's all-time top scorer in the Premier League? Hello, Joseph. Are you with me? Hello, Joseph. Can you hear me? Well, the network seems to be having a bit of an issue, but guys, do well to drop your comments and tell me what you think about the question so far. Like I asked earlier, if you think you know the answers to all of these questions, or at least you think you can get about 90% of the questions that we've been asking so far, do well to drop your comments on the live stream as well. And so far from the performances of all of our contestants, who would you rate the highest and who has impressed you the most so far? Joseph seemed to be, on the right path. He just looks as though he might be heading to the final. We're going to wait to find out once we re-establish connection with our correspondent, talking about Michael Leonard. You are still listening to So You Think You Know About Football, and this is your number one online television channel, CTV. This show, guys, is sponsored by the Adama Sule Foundation, and you're listening to the voice of the principal thing, Wisdom Jumba. We are going to go for one final break again, guys, and when we come back, we might just be wrapping up today's show in a bit. Alright, once again, welcome back to So You Think You Know About Football. Well, guys, it's been an absolute incredible ride, on today's football quiz show. Unfortunately, we were unable to get, a winner. Yes, the network seemed to be, having a bit of an issue. Yes, and the gremlins doing their work, and the weather not really, helping out today. But, guys, it's been an absolutely incredible show. We've had 3 contestants, or I should say 3.5, because Jegede Joseph, the network would not allow us to continue, but we've had Akinsoya Adeyemi, we've had Edward on the show as well, and honestly, I have to say, guys, It's been a fascinating show. Adeyemi was the only person who managed to make it to the semi-final. Well, we're going to find out if we'll be getting something in a bit or not. But the contestants that participated in today's show, Akinsoye Adeyemi, Edward Destiny, and Ajola Adeoye. Guys, this is how we call it a wrap on today's show. You can get to also participate, on this quiz. So if you want to do that, just on your screen, we are going to be dropping the phone number for you to call and contact if you want to be a part of this football quiz. Don't forget, this show is sponsored by the Adama Sunle Foundation. Okay, guys, I've been your host, Wisdom Chumuba, and it's been a pleasure, running today's football quiz for you. Do have a beautiful weekend ahead. For now, it's goodbye.